Welcome to video 4, your final video in your roadmap to starting or restarting your mindfulness practice. So far, we have talked about your intention and understanding your why, committing to your mindfulness practice. We spoke about in the next video how you can create space to be more mindful, whether that is formal or informal mindfulness. And in the last video, video number 3, we experienced some mindful meditation and spoke about ways that you can create that space and time in your life to formally sit in stillness. This final video is all about how you can bring it to life. And we often hear ourselves say, I'm too busy to meditate, or I'm too busy for mindfulness, or mindfulness is not for me. I can't do that. I have too many things going on in my life right now. Maybe I'll start later when those things don't happen or when they stop. Well, I think if we all sat and thought about that for a moment, we'd realize that life doesn't stop. It continues. The cycle of life goes on and we experience all the different things that we do. And if we were to wait for the right moment to start or restart our mindfulness practice, we'd still be waiting. So remembering, first of all, today, that now is always the best time to start in this moment right now. Whether that's a commitment, exploring your why, sitting for 5 minutes, mindfully experiencing different things, whatever it's going to be that you will choose to do it. Just start. Simple as that. And reflecting also, secondly, that as life goes on, there are so many things out of our control as well. And there's not a huge amount we can do about these things. But what we can do is choose how we respond to what happens to us. And that is another fundamental aspect of having a kindful and supportive mindfulness practice, is this idea of choosing how you wish to respond and reframing your responses. And I like to talk about you learn how to respond rather than just react and fall into an automatic autopilot response or reaction, should I say, that doesn't help you. So that's the second point about how you can bring all of this to life and how you can be more mindful in your life, is choosing to respond to things differently. And you might say, well, that's easier said than done. Sure, it's not very, very easy, but it's a simple point to make. And it's all about awareness. If you can train your attention and train your awareness to notice when you're reacting automatically and falling into this mode of negativity, of fear, instead choosing to change that. And you can only choose to change something you're aware of. If you're not aware, you can't change. And that's what mindfulness does. It heightens your awareness. So it's giving you the skill and the tools to notice when your mind is taking you off down on a route that you really don't want to go. And it helps you bring it back because you've noticed it's going down there. So you bring it back and you say, okay, I'm choosing to respond differently to this. I'm choosing in this moment not to fall down deep into, for example, a funnel of anxiety or heavy thoughts. I'm choosing instead to look at what's already here and to look at the good, for example, and to build on that and to maybe take a different direction. And that's how you can bring this to life. You train your attention muscles through informal and formal mindfulness techniques and practices. And then you begin to see, you start to notice more, you have more clarity, you have more focus through all of that training, whether it's meditating, whether it's mindfully eating, walking, sensing, whatever it might be, movement. And you've created that space mentally to choose differently. You've got some space. You're not sort of overwhelmed by anxiety or burnout or whatever it might be. You're choosing instead to see what's going on and to make a change and to respond in a different way. That's so much better. That will take you along a path to help you make change, to, be better, to feel better, to be healthier, to achieve things that you've wanted to achieve. So your mindfulness practice and bringing all of that to life is going to help you get there. And it's sort of taking us back, circling back to video 1, where you're revisiting your why. You understand what it is and what change you want to make. And these series of videos have given you ways to enable that change to happen. So creating that space physically and mentally, and fine-tuning your attention muscles of the mind to notice how you're maybe reacting, and then instead choosing to respond in a different way. And that in essence is your mindfulness practice. And that's a way how you can get started or restart if you have already started, remembering that now is the best time. Just simple, small steps to get you there. Thank you so much for listening and for downloading this series. I am very excited to support you on your mindfulness journey and on living mindfully, and I hope to see you again very soon.